Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to have to really keep the energy up here because Gunky is not bringing it today.
Gunky's not bringing it today.
You guys got no energy at all.
Yeah, I'm half
Lightweight,
dead. My
Louis.
voice is gone. I got hit with a chair the last time you saw me.
Cooked right now.
Yeah, that is true.
I got written off television for a couple weeks.
And then the vicious attack last night, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, it was insane.
Well, welcome to the SVW Podcast. My name is Roman. As always, I'm here with Heck,
Yep.
Woody,
Yes, sir.
and Gunky.
What's going on? I'm back.
I'm back.
Oh my God, already. And guys, we've got a great episode for you this week. We're going to talk through Crown Jewel. We're going to talk through Smackdown, and we are going to talk through NXT live in Philadelphia. But before we get into all that,
NXF&T.
NXF&T, we got a couple shop notes for you, and Woody is going to take that from me.
Man, I don't know if you guys watching the Instagram here, but we had a pretty fun week of activities wrapped up in about 4 or 5 hours of one day.
Oh, yeah.
And this, obviously, if you're not aware, NXT came to Philadelphia.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they had a little show
they
at this,
wrestle at?
I don't know, this like a small little building down the street, like the ECW fucking arena, all right? One of the most famous arenas in like small wrestling history. This was not one of those big ones. It's not a stadium. It's a show about like passion and fans where you could be
Bro.
right on top of the action.
It's the house that Hardcore built.
If you've never been there, go see literally anything there. Anything there is worth it. It's awesome. Go to the men's bathroom. Check out the mural.
Definitely.
It's always funny seeing the girls go in there to just to sign the wall.
Oh,
and take a picture with it.
Roxanne Perez on someone's shoulders.
Yeah.
They were
Cora Jade's shoulders.
They were all back there. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
And you're just
funny.
back there, I don't know, just rocking a piss. You know what I mean? Like, what are you
Just
gonna do?
rocking a piss.
That's what you got to do.
What are you going to do?
But we kind of heard a little word. Oh, so-and-so might be coming by. Oh, I heard that this name got put around. You might be going to... And basically half the NXT roster.
We're here in
Bro,
the shop.
half? Like, I
And-
feel like it's
and it
more
was-
than half.
And it was funny because they kept coming in like
75%.
Yeah.
shifts. So they saw that we were closed at 6, and then so a group would come, and then somebody would post that they're here, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I guess they're still open," and then that group would leave, and then the next group would come, and then the same thing happened. Oh, I was gonna come to tomorrow, but we saw JC Jane posted it in her story.
Yeah.
So we just shot over, and I was just like. Multiple times I like had my bag on, like ready to go, like, all right, guys, you know what I mean? And I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna like damn near sleep here tonight.
Yeah, literally. I was like, all right, Heck, I got to get out of here. I'll see you later. And as I'm like, I put my bag on. As I'm walking to the door, I see a guy like, and I'm like, okay, we're going to stay for a little bit longer.
So, I mean, Javon Evans, he's been at the Orlando shop.
Yeah.
Hit him up. He came by.
He's been
He
at
brought
both places
Brooks
now.
Jensen. He was the first one here. I didn't want to like
Son of
be
Bull
like
Buchanan.
Super
Yeah.
Joe when he came in, so I was just kind of talking to him normal.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? You got any questions? Da, da, da. And then it was like, so you're the first one to get into town? And like, yeah, I mean, started like easing into.
Let them. You gotta like be real slick about it, letting them know you know who they are.
Right,
Right,
yeah. But
What's
not
fun-
like mark out.
What's funny is I came upstairs and I saw the ECW game was on and somebody was playing as Bull Buchanan and I was like, I definitely know who that was.
Oh,
it was
that's
like paused like
hilarious.
on Bull Buchanan's like character. I'm
incredible.
like,
Yeah, he was
That's
like
pretty
telling me like
sick.
stories about like his dad having that game and like because he's
Yeah.
like in it and all. Like so I was like,
So
it's-
awesome.
that was
that's
cool
sick.
as hell talking to him. He's been around it for his whole life.
Yeah.
That's what we live for.
Jada
like,
Parker
moments like
came
that.
through.
Like,
Miss
Jada-
Parker.
Yeah, Miss Parker
in the
came
flesh.
by. All ego. He definitely had all ego.
Yeah, he definitely, yeah.
Big time.
What are you going to do? He big time us, but it's cool.
We had to
Yeah.
like bribe him to get like a photo.
Yeah, everyone else good people. Ethan Page, I
Dick.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real handful, that
He
character.
really got a lot of ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like the name. I get it now. I was kind of wondering what the thing was about, but now,
This guy's
you know, it just clicked. Just clicked.
Oh,
And then like when they left, then JC Jane and Fallon Henley
Fallon Henley, yeah.
came by, and then one of the lead writers.
And then what was
He
that one?
came through.
Lola Vice.
They had just finished doing
Yeah.
shooting like promo stuff, so that he showed me the promo of them on the
Rocky Steps.
Rocky Steps walking down. He's like, "This is what we just finished shooting. This is gonna be for tomorrow." And then Roxanne's team were at Penn's Landing, so that was JC Jane and Fallon Henley down there. I was just like, I know stuff before people know
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I mean, I could say this about a lot of, like, I think a lot of the wrestlers we've ever met, whether they be indie or, you know, on TV or whatever, but, like, bro, they were just so, besides all ego, obviously, they were all just so nice and, like, so friendly.
Yeah.
And just, like, it's so cool, especially to be, like, you know, like, I've never met Shawn Michaels, but all of them work with him every single day, probably. And they were, like...
His, like, right-hand man.
Yeah, and we're bringing out shirts with, like, Shawn Michaels. They're like, oh, my God, he would love that. Like, you should wear that and show him. And I'm like...
They'd love to do it to get the pop from him.
Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid?
Well,
like,
what's so crazy is they're like, oh, Shawn would love this. Like, you're like, you don't call Shawn Michaels Shawn.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
that's Shawn Michaels. That's,
Bro, and, like,
that's
even,
HBK. He's
even,
not...
like, they were talking about Fit Finley. And she was like, oh, I need all the Finley figures that you guys have. She's like, I have to get all of them. And
then I just happened to have one of the Fury statues, the big ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I feel like I have something else like I've seen.
Oh, yeah. When
the basement pulled it up, she was like, oh, my gosh. She was like, yeah. So it was cool shit. And then who else came by? Lola.
Yeah, Lola Vice.
She came
Jakara.
by. Our homegirl, Kalani.
Kalani.
She's a sweetheart. She always...
The SVW champion.
And then she FaceTime Mello, so we were talking to him a little bit.
Yeah, it was awesome. And like I said, all super cool, super nice.
It's great that they would come through to show love, but also, the funny thing I think about this too is that obviously we're kind of in awe when you get all those wrestlers coming in.
Right.
You're looking at all these people and you're like, holy shit! Like we watch you wrestle. Like I know about your career. Or, you know, we wrote a blog about you. This kind of stuff is awesome. But when they come in, you got to realize they're a little bit in awe as well.
Right.
Not because of who we are, but because of our collection.
Yeah, they kept like
they come in and they're just like,
definitely.
holy shit, like this is amazing.
Thank you guys for like having this.
That's
like,
what I was just about to say. Like literally, they're thanking us. We're like, no, thank you. You're
not
wrestlers
doing
in our
what
store.
you do,
like,
we can't do this.
It's
like,
just it's this circle of love that's coming back and forth. That's really awesome because we appreciate them so much, but they have like an appreciation for us for having the shop that exists that they can come in and experience, because that's a huge thing about the store if you've never been in there. And I gotta say, guys, I'm watching NXT on TV. I'm watching all these rabid fans, and I'm looking at a bunch of them. Like, I don't recognize some of these guys. I'm like, you're telling me you're a huge fan, you got NXT tickets, you love ECW, you love this back, and you're not coming in our store? What the fuck are you doing, man? Come experience this, because it's unlike anything you've ever
10
seen.
minutes away from the ECW arena.
There's never been a store like this, and I know we don't really talk so much about, oh my god, the store is amazing, but it really is something special that you've never seen before, and you probably never will see again. This is where
Let's go to Orlando.
Yeah, I'm Orlando, but even Orlando's like it's inside of a shop, and it's a really awesome experience as well. But it's more of a store, and it's a really cool thing they have going on down here. This is like we're in that birthplace.
Yeah,
ECW and the arena. We try to capture that in this feel. And you really got to come see it for yourself.
And just to piggyback a little bit off of that, like, while there were a lot of people you don't recognize, while me and Gunky were outside, a lot of people that we know, like, people that we see all the time, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But then people just being like, yo, SVW, like, you know, being like, yo, your store's awesome. We're like, thank you guys so much. Like,
some guy bought me a drink.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, just a lot of
appreciation, man.
Yeah, a lot of people like showing love. So,
slip
and that's
you a
what
Mickey?
we do it for. We
Probably.
do it
that's
for
probably what I
the
mean.
community and the fans, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean. Like that's why we had the second floor. Like, come hang out, play some video games, talk wrestling.
You guys realize that second floor, we don't like, there's no money made for that. That is for you guys to experience this joy of wrestling that we have, and we love that so much too. When we go out there to a show, and you see Roman, you see Gunky, you see me, you see Heck, whatever it is, and you shout us out, and you see like, oh shit, like hey, like dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, we'd love to see everybody.
It's such a cool feeling where you're like, I know we're all here for wrestling, but for you to recognize that we're doing something too that is maybe like a tangent to wrestling.
Yeah.
It's really cool for us too, and we really do appreciate that kind of shit.
Yeah, speaking of appreciation, shout out to Bryce too over there at AEW.
Bryce Remsburg,
Shout out Bryce.
the number one ref in the industry right now.
He's nicest dude.
Just a fantastic Philly bull too as well. He's a good guy. He got us some amazing tickets to the Dynamite or to Collision.
Fortunately, Woody had a sick kid, so he couldn't make it.
But you guys,
the seats
you guys
were amazing.
Yeah, you guys
Second
stepped
row,
up and went.
like in the media section, like met some new friends, seen some good wrestling, seen the homie. You
I
know,
forgot
too
that was
smooth.
this.
Yeah.
I forgot that was
Bro.
this week.
It was Saturday.
I know,
That-
me
the
too. I
NXT
feel-
stuff,
yeah,
like
me too.
it took over the brand. That was just on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saw
We had,
Sean get demolished.
Yeah.
we had
Sorry, bud.
we had Sean Too Smooth Smith here, SVW's own. You come in here, you see him here all the time. He's out there wrestling in a ring, getting absolutely destroyed by Lance Archer and Brian Cage.
But it's a hell of a sell on that
Fuck,
power
did he
bomb.
sell it, man.
The one, I was editing some of that footage yesterday, and the one when they both powerbomb him down.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he like
And I
Fucking flops.
freeze framed it as he like his whole
Who's
body like turned
upside
I'm like,
down.
Oh man!
It's like that college football celebration everyone's doing where they're standing on their head.
Yeah,
It's kind
literally
of like
looked
that.
like that.
Yeah.
And it was like so cool because like we're like I'd go grab a drink or rock a piss, and like people were just like, "Yo, SBW," like, you know what I mean? Just to love. I felt like a little local celebrity. You know what I mean? Like
No, it's always love. It's always love.
And I gotta say, one of my favorite sells from that match of his, it was just, obviously the powerbomb was the big one. When he's up on the top rope and Lance Archer just like lariats him in like the side of the head.
Oh
and
yeah, and, like,
he flips off, hits the apron, flips all the way to the ground. You're just like, he makes that shit look effortless. I think
Yeah.
throughout history on a lot of wrestling, one thing we really appreciate is someone who can sell the fuck out of moves. It's like one reason I was a small part of what the reason Shawn Michaels was so great. It's one of the reasons we love Dolph Ziggler. Like even JD McDonough right now is the one thing we could appreciate about him most, that he can sell.
yeah.
Sean made those monsters look like monsters. And you got to really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
he went out there and did his job.
Did
Yeah.
the job.
And then just a reminder,
Oh,
November
yeah.
23rd, American Dream Mall.
I don't know why we're reminding them, because this should be on their fucking
It
calendar.
should be on the yeah.
Set a
Just have an alarm
calendar
set
alert.
for it.
Yeah, exactly. November 23rd, the American Dream Mall, East Rutherford, New Jersey.
You should be having dreams every night about it. You guys.
American dreams.
American,
American
the only
Dream.
kind of
Yes.
dreams we know.
Exactly.
Here,
Not
hard
the
times.
American Nightmare Mall. It's the American Dream Mall.
But listen, we're gonna have Mick Foley, Mankind,
Dude Love,
Cactus
Mankind.
Jack. Yeah,
They're all
of
going to
them.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all gonna be there.
We have four chairs set out for them.
Yep.
GC Dub was at Fan Fest, right?
Dream on.
Dream On
There's
Fan
their
Fest.
Yeah.
fan fest. It's going to be a fun event. I mean, listen, obviously we're excited about Mick Foley,
Oh my
because
God.
why the fuck would you not be?
Literally.
He to me he's in my top three.
Even
always,
at NXT, a couple
forever.
of people from NXT were like talking about like he's what you expect when you meet him.
Mhm.
Just the nicest guy, like you know what I mean.
If you there's a lot of wrestlers you can go meet, and maybe they don't quite live up to what you were hoping,
Yeah.
or like, oh, it was kind of a business transaction and it didn't feel personable. Go meet Mick Foley. This man is a fucking sweetheart. He will talk to you. He will take pictures with you. He will talk with your kid. He turns it on. He knows what he's doing. He understands that his career is not a career without the fans, and he loves the fans for that reason.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got Kurt Angle and a bunch of other amazing people are going to be there. I know we're so pumped about Mick Foley because he's the best, but Kurt Angle's right up there too. That's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
that's another pretty cool thing. But obviously, we're bringing Mick
Gold
up there.
medalist.
Yeah,
American
yeah.
hero.
With the broken
Arguably,
neck.
Broken,
One of the-
broken freaking neck.
best
arguably one
stories
of
of Olympic
the
history.
best.
Yeah, the Slam Paul's pound for pound wrestler, technicians,
Yeah, like I've seen him at like
mic skills,
number one on people's list.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
overall
Think
wrestling,
Think of
mic
the dumb
skills.
shit he got over.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, and you know it's always crazy. He always goes like, in my prime, I was in TNA. So
Mhm.
it's like, imagine, you know what I mean? Just imagine.
I don't
like-
know.
You know what I mean?
I know, but I'm just like I
He
feel like
was going crazy.
yeah,
though.
Perk Angle was a different beast.
There's this. Yeah,
I still kind of think like his prime was before he went to TNA.
I hear you, but
But I
there is
understand what you're
always
saying.
this argument of like the old man wrestler is like the, you know what I mean? Like it's like a little past your prime is somehow more prime. Like
Undertaker,
Kurt Angle,
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels,
Shawn
Yeah,
Michaels,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like these
Yeah,
guys,
Shawn
like
Michaels,
at the like last, you know what I mean? It's like the last bit of momentum,
Last
and
hurrah.
sometimes it's better than their prime, and because they're even more. I think you know what I mean, like wise ring. You know what I mean?
Well,
with,
yeah,
like, the
they're
psychology.
veterans.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what they're doing, and then that makes the in between shit effortless,
right.
which is great. But I was still like Kurt Angle rocking like the tiny cowboy hat, the milk truck, like these kind of
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
That's-
yeah. That's
Come on,
true.
that's
No,
just
no,
pretty amazing.
It's true.
It's damn
true.
true.
Damn
It's
true.
damn
A
true.
pretty just solid career all the way through.
100%.
Yeah, not a bad amateur wrestling career either. You know?
No,
No.
Pretty
It was
good
funny
there.
because when the GCW's ref came and bought the Kurt Angle shirt, to be Kurt Angle for Halloween. It's true, and he like posted the pics like.
Oh, that's good. I didn't see that.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
And then, but getting into the week of wrestling here, I think you wanted to talk a little about what happened on Monday Night Raw.
Big week.
It's listen,
Man.
Raws are always weird when they're pre-taped.
Yeah.
It was in Riyadh, so like you're like I could watch it or I could just read about it at like noon.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird when that happens.
Yeah. I'm just loving the New Day. I feel like it's finally getting to that culmination of because they're apparently supposed to have a 10-year celebration.
10-year celebration.
10-year
They're getting like
anniversary.
a whole episode
So
dedicated.
Big
to
E's
them.
got to be involved,
What?
right?
Yes.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, also,
Where you been?
not only is he not involved,
That's so sick.
there's a report that he is making a announcement about his career.
Oh, okay.
So it's either that he's coming back, or that he's
Or
gone forever.
He's done.
It's a big day. I've heard both reports. Basically, like, oh yeah, it's a neck injury, he can't come back from it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, no, actually, he might be able to come back.
Edge, Daniel Bryan, Paige.
Exactly. Medicine's pretty crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Man. Western
then
medicine.
And it
Eastern
was
medicine,
Western
also
medicine. Yeah.
wild. Crystals and shit.
He had his like pre-show like thing, like what Big Eats.
Yo,
He's
Big E,
I was like, yo,
Big E needs some of them Rey Mysterio stem cells. in
stem
his
cells,
neck.
right?
Oh man,
Them
I'm
shits-
trying to give me some of those.
Bro, he just needs to.
Yeah. I've been looking on Craigslist, nothing yet.
He just needs a crack.
You
baby
need a
open
dark
straight from
web.
the source
You
and
need
just
an onion
fucking
torrent.
Get right to
They're
it.
like used stem cells.
Yeah, partially used stem cells.
They're in this. They're
Lightly
in this
used.
Ziploc bag.
Yeah, I need
NDS.
I need an eighth of stem cells.
But yeah, we're finally gonna see Xavier.
Well, this is great.
Like
'cause-
they're like the with the Viking Raiders, no, not Viking Raiders, the War Raiders.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like
Dead naming them.
Xavier was just like straight throwing Kofi under the bus and like blaming him, and Kofi's just like, wait, there's video footage that
Yeah.
shows what,
It's like I was cooking. Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? Like what are you talking about? So, I mean, I feel like Xavier deserves give him like an intercontinental run. Like he's
Listen, if Jay gets a
He's-
title, Xavier gets a title. That's all I'm saying.
he
There's
had
no
the
reason
King
that
of the
like
Ring.
at least Xavier was like a singles wrestler at some
See,
point.
like
in time. He
Big
had
E
a
trying to
plan.
like,
Don't
you know
say
what I mean?
this
Like,
slander
yo, guys,
already.
like we did this all together.
Everyone agrees Jay deserved that title because they put in 14 years of the company. He's one of the best tag team wrestlers of all time. He deserved it because he's amazing and what he did for the company. Then fucking give Xavier Woods a title
You know how they should
because
do
he
it?
deserves it just as much.
know how they should do it?
Kofi had his.
I
Totally
think
agree.
I know exactly how they should do it.
Lay it on me.
And if Kofi wants to put him over, this is how they do it. If they're splitting, Kofi turns heel. And now Xavier has an edge as a babyface because he's already been showing like, yo, I'm fed up. Like, you know what I mean? He's showing like, it's for, like, I got to be more selfish.
Then it's like justified.
So now he has this edge.
Adam
And
Copeland.
Kofi's the heel, and Kofi's already the former champion. He's had his moment.
right.
He can be the heel that gets taken out by now this new Xavier Woods character that has this like almost like fuck everybody else, I'm for myself like mentality, and it's like I can get behind that. That's kind of badass.
It'd be
Like
kind of fun if they did like a tag team match where like whoever gets the pin gets the an IC shot or a US shot,
Right, something like
and
that,
Kofi
yeah.
steals the pin from Xavier. He's like, oh no, well I was a former champion. I think I should get. I'm the most likely to win it. Let me get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So then Xavier kind of gets to have
Yeah, if
that
it went
run.
that way, then Xavier's like all his arguments and complaining becomes kind of justified. Like,
Yeah.
see, I told you guys. Like,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
legitimate
Like,
suddenly.
Yeah.
I love that this is like they're 10 years in the making of this. Of New Day, which is an amazing run for not having any back and forth, and like there've been no one's turned on each other, which is awesome. And I know they originally said they didn't want to ever turn on each other.
Yeah.
That was they want to be the one team that always
Right.
ran through. But I think with Big E gone, it
Even if
changed
we
things.
separated, we'd still
Yeah.
support each other.
They'd go solo a little
man,
bit.
family.
But Big E leaving changed things,
But
and they had to do something to keep it relevant.
I don't know, man. Even with Big E still there, Xavier needs his time, man. I mean, like I've been watching that
Yeah, but
guy.
you don't have the
since-
turn. Like Big E was the
okay.
champion, Kofi was the
Consequence
champion,
Creed.
and they were still together. You know what I mean? So like you could give Xavier a run, but with Big E gone, I think it changed the dynamic. They're a tag team. You're
yeah,
not the
it
New Day anymore. You're just a tag team.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not the same.
I hear you.
And now you
Big
gotta
E was
you
the
gotta do
glue
something.
that held the New Day together.
I hear you.
Some big ass glue.
Why the
Other-
fuck are you looking at me?
Speaking
Fucking jerk.
speaking of things together,
Speaking of big ass,
No, we there was a few
Love
other
the
things.
Sammy Uso
Yeah.
that they just like, you know what I mean? Like, we're family. Like, I see Jay Uso, I see Jimmy Uso, and I see Sammy Uso. Sammy got all like cheesy and shit. Like,
yo,
I gotta say, I'm 100% out.
nah,
storyline.
I'm in it.
I
I'm in it.
saw
So
the
out on
funniest
this
tweet
I'm in it.
from Sami Zayn. He retweeted the photo, not the Photoshop, the legitimate picture of their high school picture with him in it.
Oh yeah,
And he just
that's
put
so
he put
good.
him in it.
He
Yeah.
tweeted it. He's like, like I remember this day fondly. He was like, it was the first time I ever heard DMX. We were in like Roman's like Prius or something like that, and he was like, but those days are long gone now. That's like how he like signed it off. I'm just like, oh god, that was, it was great. It made me
Sammy will
laugh out loud.
continue. He will continue to make this interesting because he's Sami Zayn. He's a fucking entertainer.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just like, you know what we should do? Remember that storyline from a year and a half ago? Just run it back. Let's pretend like no one was paying attention last time and just do it again.
Run
I don't
it back.
need this.
Run it back.
Yeah, the Bloodline it was cooking, man. Bloodline was the best storyline in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're still in the third inning. And now I'm just like, let's get the game over with, man. Let's get the game. Or at least change it up, make it interesting.
Maybe again, like, you are a hater.
Yes.
That's been well documented. But I can't
Some say hater
totally
of the
disagree
year.
with you. I can't totally disagree with you.
Listen, man,
I-
the most interesting villains in the world are the ones that have a point.
I
That's
can
me.
disagree.
I'm like Thanos.
I can
But the
disagree
Joker-
only based on the fact that they haven't done a babyface run. Like that's literally the only. Like okay, like now they're like the good guys. Like that's really the only. That's the only thing.
But the only way you can make them a good guy is you have to like bore us with a boring, shitty version of them for 6 months. So you're like, please, oh God.
You don't like
bring-
Jacob Fatu?
No, Jacob Fatu's amazing.
Well,
He's-
exactly. That's
He's
he,
it. That's it.
But
He
Jacob
alone.
Fatu is the highlight.
Yeah,
of
but
that whole
they
thing.
were around for 6 months before Jacob Fatu came together.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Solo was a little, you know what I mean, in those months. But I would say Solo at this point, like the last couple promos he cut.
It's only because of Fatu. He's playing off of his shit now, and Fatu's made Solo better.
Yes,
100%. Yes.
100%. Well, and then also I think just being in the spotlight and given this pressure and this role has also just made him better because I mean pressure creates diamonds. Like he's put in a giant position right now. The Usos at his age and his stage in wrestling were not in this position. You know what I mean? Like Roman wasn't even in this type of position this early
yes,
on.
He was. Yes, he
Bro,
was.
no, he wasn't.
Roman was
he was
pushed
in
to-
FCW.
He was pushed to the top of the card.
Solo
like,
was immediately
instantaneously.
in NXT. Then he was.
How old is Solo?
I'm looking.
Let's
Yeah.
look it up.
Because I'm pretty sure Roman was headlining pay-per-views at the
Yeah,
same
I'm
age.
also.
I don't know.
Solo is
Man.
31 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old was Roman when he debuted in the Shield?
How old is Roman now?
39.
Yeah. So 8 years ago, Roman was headlining pay-per-views.
1,000%.
Yeah.
He,
I know this because he's been shoved down my fucking throat
bro,
for a decade, and
2015
I'm
he
done
won
with
the
it.
Royal
You're
Rumble.
right. You're right.
I will remember when I'm throat and that
Wowzers.
is exactly
Jesus
what
Christ.
no, that's what WWE's been doing to me with Roman Reigns, and I don't need it, man. Give me a lozenge. I'm
Nah.
dying over here.
He's there. He deserves to be there. He should be there. Everything is happening the way it should. Woody just has his
oh my god.
panties in a bunch.
As he usually does, because
Yeah.
like I said before, he is the ultimate hater.
Just a truth teller.
Okay.
He
I
gets,
just,
he gets that
I
cheap
just
heat.
say it like it is, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking bleep it. The Generation X.
You might have to bleep that just in general. Not even like on the, if you're gonna put it on Instagram.
Yeah,
just
no
bleep in general.
shit. Anyway.
Giving Roman some editing work here.
No.
today.
Yeah, what?
After my reaction, you got to keep it and just go.
I mean, also Io Sky won #1 contender. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Her and Liv. You want to make Liv look
I
good,
forgot like Lyra was even there.
but you want to make Liv look good. Put him with Io Sky.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so fucking
That's gonna be-
confused though,
Yeah.
because like, what the fuck? I thought, okay, like they got to do like Crown Jewel heel versus heel here, like you know what I mean? Just because
So
they're the two champs, like okay. Now they're running it fucking back to the next pay-per-view, heel versus heel again. It's like, okay, what the fuck?
Speaking of running it
Well,
back,
is
Priest
Io-
gets the
Io's
#1
not-
contender on
Yeah.
the men's side. You know what I mean?
pretty
They're
wild.
just,
She's not healed though, right? She's Damage Control's face right now. Even being pushed.
I don't think I mean, they're neither right now.
Yeah.
They haven't gone face yet
Tweeners.
either.
I
Yeah,
thought they
haven't
were
gone
beefing
face.
with like
Bianca and Jade.
yeah, and their faces, and then also weren't they beefing with like
Although Bianca might be they might be talking heel turn.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, they've been teasing
I saw
that.
some shit about that
I
a
know.
lot.
Their
want
gear was
that.
dope though.
Her-
Deadpool.
Her
her face off a little bit.
Yeah.
her take on the championship when someone asked her about like she kind of threw a shot at Flair, Charlotte Flair.
Oh, it is?
She's like, I'm the longest reigning women's champion of all time, and I didn't need to have the belt 14 times to do that.
Whoa.
Damn.
So you know they got to plant the seeds for that one.
Oh, plant the seed.
When
Let
and if
Bianca
Charlotte
stomp
ever
her out.
comes back?
Yeah, beat the nepotism out of her.
Oh, Woody.
Yeah.
Woody just hates families.
Right. He
It appears
nepotism,
that way.
man.
You
Nepotism.
know what? That is true. You do. You
I'm
just
the
hate
family
families.
man who's anti-family. Look at that. That's crazy.
It's interesting.
What a
It's
take.
interesting.
He's like, fuck you for having relatives.
Yeah, for real.
Damian Priest, you were saying? Won the men. I was surprised. I mean, does Seth continue with
I hope so.
the Bronson Reed? Is that not
Please.
finished?
No, don't
gave
let
him
it be.
his
Bronson
flowers.
needs the dub. Give Bronson the fucking W in this feud, please. Like Seth, like you're a superstar. We love you. Like
So
you
you
can come
think
back from
that
it.
Bronson Reed overall deserves to be in that like top tier?
I think he deserves a world fucking championship. I just wouldn't know how to write it
Okay.
in right now.
You
You, know
want-
what I mean?
well,
Like
I'm-
it's just.
I see it with Gunther.
I'm
You
not
want,
arguing.
you want to talk
I'm not
about
deba- yeah, I'm just curious.
you want to talk about someone who can like Gunther is physically dominating.
yeah.
Have if Bronson Reed can get him down, hit like 3 tsunamis on him, then it's totally believable he can beat Gunther.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that
Yeah.
he's a momentum guy. All he has to do is get you on your back, and you could be done. You could
Yeah.
be done for 3 months.
Hey,
come
yo.
back from injury.
I
Yeah.
just think Gunther's story is all like.
Gunther
is
ain't got no story right now.
Well, I know, but I think his reoccurring story and his best story always is him versus some little dude that just fucking makes it happen.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
listen.
Yeah.
If you
You
want
know what I
to
mean? Like, so it's like I'm kind of waiting to see who the fuck that's.
my idea
gonna
is
be.
if you're giving Bronson Reed the push in lieu of Gunther, if you want to give
Right.
him a real push, I think he could feasibly be that person that takes out Gunther, and you're like, wow, this guy is
Or-
fucking scary.
Or what about Cody? Like,
What about Cody?
what if
Oh, here we go. Here we
what
go.
if Bronson's the one to take out Cody?
I love it. Yeah.
Because that would be. I mean, Cody's a face. Like that's more like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Makes Cody bleed out of the mouth. Does a couple tsunamis.
What? Wait.
Maybe
for
gives
the
Brandy a
championship?
tsunami. Whoa.
For the-
Gives that fucking dog a
Yeah, what,
tsunami.
Pharaoh?
Oh yeah, Pharaoh tsunami.
Bro, imagine
Give
that.
You'll get some heel heat so fast.
Oh my god.
You're like, and I broke Pharaoh's back legs. That's,
Remember Rock was like, I'm gonna hit that fucking dumbass dog with the car or something like that.
Oh.
that's a spicy take. But I wonder if someone's gonna like run over Pharaoh with a car and then be like, "I did it for The Rock."
I did it for the Rock.
Rikishi.
Yeah.
Rikishi just
Well,
sits on him.
Solo, Rikishi's son.
Yeah.
I did it for The Rock.
I mean, SmackDown happened too, but
That was just
I'll be honest with you
leading
guys, I don't
for
really care.
It's a
Crown
go
Jewel.
home show.
and
That
then,
was
and
just-
then- and then
yeah.
Crown Jewel happened, and that's what I got to say about Crown Jewel, more or
Fuck
less.
that show.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
Saudiverse, like.
But they
I-
didn't
I
even
usually
do
take
the
it for like
fun
a grain
Saudiverse.
of salt.
You know, Saudiverse shit is supposed to be like, this is wild and makes no sense, but like that's
We're
what you
gonna
get
do it
over there.
anyway, yeah.
This was like, oh, we're trying to make it canon, but it's in Saudi Arabia, and it's just going to be kind of boring.
Yeah, you know what?
think-
I totally agree, actually. I thought, like, I'm like, yo, The Rock should come out. Like, you saw me, like, my take. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
yo, The Rock should.
We thought Bloodline should end it, and they started it.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, if you guys are going to have the Bloodline match, like, yo, bring out The Rock. Bring
Set
out
up
somebody
Survivor
awesome.
Series.
No, if we're
Yeah.
going to do it, I want like Goldberg versus Hurricane. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
give me just some like wild shit that makes no
No,
sense.
totally,
I'm like,
totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Bring Doink
I
back.
thought Goldberg was even gonna
Both of them.
dink. I thought Goldberg was even gonna be involved in some way, like the way
Yeah.
they were like teasing stuff with Gunther.
I want a
guess if
Sin
something
Cara
happened-
versus Sin
because I don't
Cara
want to see
mask.
Goldberg and Gunther in
Mask
the real
versus
world.
mask.
I don't mind it in the Saudiverse.
Yeah, that's where he
Of
lives.
course not.
Yeah.
This is a universe that we're talking about where the Brothers of Destruction went up against DX just because they were like,
Yeah.
that's what we want.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think that like sets a precedent that we should get that all the time.
Exactly.
That's the fantasy booking time.
because
Totally.
because the other side of it is whatever we got here, which you're like, oh, okay, so like no titles will ever change hands there because it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I thought the three-way match. I was like, if there's a title that does change, it's the Andrade Mello
and the match was good.
and LA Knight.
That was a good match, but like
except for LA Knight, he like crotch shotted himself with the
Yeah,
rope.
what the fuck?
Like, bruh, you
Also,
get
he's
on
got-
that box and do those fucking, what is it, the jumps? You
The
know what
box
I mean?
jumps.
Or
Box
just
jumps,
don't do
yeah.
that
Hey,
fucking move every match.
Exactly. That needs to be a special move. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can't do
Just
that
pull it out
every
every now
single
and then
match.
because it's like not a surprise anymore. It's
And
not,
you got like a 70% hit rate on it right now.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
not worth it. If it's
Yeah.
70, he must be doing it perfect in practice all the time.
Right.
I was like,
Give
yeah,
him the
like,
confidence
oh, yeah.
to go out and do it because the amount of times he's failed at doing it in like live, you're like, I'd give it up.
I was just
like,
like,
bro, your signature is the LA Knight elbow.
Yeah,
like,
well,
You don't
yeah.
need to keep hitting the fucking.
like I
And the
thought that would
finish of
be
that
the
match.
one that would change.
The finish of that match was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that actual final move was
The
like
double
that-
BT, like the
Yeah,
stacked
yeah.
BTF.
Exactly, is the
Pretty
Blunt Force
crazy.
trauma. Yeah.
But like, I would have been mad if Melo or Andrade won. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we
that
keep-
would have been the title that I would have liked.
But that's
to
fine.
see.
We can keep running it back. That one's
Yeah.
not done. Which
Well,
why
I mean,
that
how many
match.
matches are Melo and Andrade gonna have till one of them just completely moves on to LA Knight?
But like that's why this match meant nothing, because we can just keep running it back, and then they had like the women's tag match, which had its fun spots, but also had its really bad
That was
spots.
the like my funnest match of the night, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And I loved the Jakara and Lash Legends.
I was telling her when she was here, I was like, I love that they work as a tag team. I love tag teams that have
Plus
tag
their
team
outfits were
maneuvers.
boom boom. They
Their
killed
outfits
it. Yeah.
on gear, like you look like a package. You don't look like two people. Like we're gonna pair up Roman and Gunky.
Yeah.
You're
well,
like,
that's big and tall. I mean, we are kind of.
Well, yeah, but
you're
that,
like
Twin
the perfect
Towers.
10.
like that is a funny that's a joke, obviously, but like that is, I feel like, part of it. I feel like you need a tag team name.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
feel like that's such a big part. Like that's when you're like, oh, this is a tag team, regardless of if they do
and
tag
they're
team
just like
moves.
rocking with Metaphor. I don't know if the rest of Metaphor moved up.
No, I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
that's the
It's
thing. I
just
think
the
they
two
need
of
to
them.
change.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably change their name.
Or they are just Metaphor now, and the other people are like they have to change their
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
They took the name with them.
Or, but then it'd just be the Meta 2 or the Meta Girls or something like that.
Meta
I don't
Girls.
know. Yeah.
The Meta
It
ladies.
could be
The
Lash
Meta
Cara.
Powers.
The Meta Powers. Jakar. They make both
Doing
dressed
like
up.
Yeah, what if they just did Macho Man gimmicks? Like that was their whole thing. I kind of like it. Lash
I mean,
Cara, they could be
yeah,
on.
LA Knight was working with Stone Cold and The Rock gimmick, so it makes sense that they could just pull it
Yeah.
off.
If
yeah.
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Bianca's gear kept coming apart. I kept seeing bedazzled stones across the whole ring. The ref just like quit. Like,
like
at first you
thumbtacks.
see him like kind of like trying to like throw him out, and then he just stopped. He just
Yeah.
quit.
Hey, those are like thumbtacks. They should have sold them.
Yeah. Oh, she's
Chelsea-
been bedazzled.
Yeah. Chelsea had her little fun spot where
Chelsea's great, man. Every single
she
match
took a
she's
splash
in,
from her own
every
partner.
match she's in, she shines.
Yo, give them
There's
the
a
tag
moment.
chips.
Give them more screen time. Than
Give them the tag championships as soon as possible.
She's really
I
like
love them.
how like one of those like write a book on like how to get over.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
And if you're talking, and if everybody's, I've heard rumblings of let's get a women's mid card. Let's get a women's.
Oh,
mid
Chelsea
card.
Green all the way.
Fucking
100%.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that run would be so great.
Green.
Have her keep winning by
'Cause, like, I
accident
want-
somehow.
Yeah,
you know,
because I
like-
want to see her as a world champion, but the way she's getting booked right
That's
now,
not
it's
gonna
like it's
happen,
not going to
yeah.
happen. But she's still entertaining, and at least we get to see
Same
her
reason
on
our
TV.
truth is not going to get that world champion
Yeah.
run. It's like we love them, but come on.
Like, hey,
Let's
hey,
be
bud,
serious.
you were the.
I feel
you were
like
the
Chelsea's higher up than R-Truth, though.
She's the female.
I would
R-Truth.
not.
No
Yeah.
way. What? Oh,
Yeah,
crazy.
see
I would
Truth.
say she's below. Our Truth just had a tag team championship run. They're giving him his
Yeah,
flowers.
they were
Yeah.
giving him as far as because
Yeah,
he's
it's 'cause
been
he-
in the
he-
company for a million
Yeah,
years.
he's 74.
Yeah, you actually didn't know that. He's older than John.
Is he really? Is he
No.
70? Oh, I was about to say
Wait,
Jesus
he really?
Christ.
No, I think he's.
Black don't
I think
crack.
he's
This guy's
52.
crazy.
He's 52 or 53, I think. But
74.
yeah,
Is
he's
he
in
really
amazing shape.
74?
He's in amazing shape for
I
his
was about to say like,
50s.
Flair's like 72, right? I was
Yeah.
like,
He's
you know-
52. He's 52.
52.
I was like, damn, he looks
I know. I looked
way
that
better.
up not too long ago, so I actually kind of remember that.
Yeah, he's 10 years
Cake
older
Anyway.
than John.
We can all agree,
Younger
Crown
than John.
Jewel, meh.
Yeah.
Right? We don't
Yeah.
need that. It was
Orton versus
Saudi verse.
KO is actually probably my favorite match of the night.
what match?
Well,
Was it
yeah,
a match?
Exactly.
Bell never rang.
Yeah, the bell never rung. So I guess that continues at Survivor Series. They have like a
I like that more than
hardcore
any
match.
match on the card.
Yes, I think
Hell in a
I
Cell,
didn't really
something.
like that so much as I like where they're going with it though.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like Saudi, like just like set up, not even like completely in the best way for certain
It
situations.
was just like a really
but
good.
it was just like it happened. Survivor Series is next.
Yeah, which is like a really good episode of Raw.
Yeah.
I would say it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Like even
not
the
a
Bloodline,
not a PLE.
the end like was just kind of like
Oh my
flat
god.
for me.
Mhm.
Like
So flat.
you know what I mean?
Well, don't get Woody started on the Bloodline. God forbid. God forbid.
But it's got the original Bloodline back. You know, whether Woody likes it or not.
It's a warm, flat soda. I ain't trying to drink that right now. Good.
You're
my
thirsty,
got no
you wanted
bubbles.
something, but
Yeah, you're like, ugh, what is
Yeah,
this?
you're like in a
your
desert.
stomach's gonna be like fucked up for like.
Like a
few-
yeah,
little
it's like
bit
a
later.
three-day old
Don't go
Barks
like
root
play
beer.
any sports or anything. Just bubble up.
I was like, oh, it doesn't even have bite anymore. You know, it's missing the bite.
But I guess the highlight of the week would be NXT ECW show.
Oh, hell
Highlight
yeah,
of the
it was.
week, man.
We
That's,
had
a,
our
that's a highlight of
we
the
had our
this whole month.
correspondents out there.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
it was a
We were able to score
ecstatic
tickets for these
time.
guys.
I just felt like I was channeling a lot of the energy in the building. I was getting fucking rowdy in there. I was screaming. I was flipping people
I
off.
mean, I saw you in the back, like in the back shot. Every time they went to that side, I was like slow motion, like trying to like see where Gunky was.
Dude, so funny the amount of times they had to like mute because you guys were chanting "Holy shit" or something like that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I was
then the amount of
starting a
times-
lot of those.
And then the
Yeah.
amount of times they like blurred the screen
Yes,
because
I
of
was
the people flipping birds,
Yeah.
but like not enough. They blurred it like 3 times, and you're like, I saw at least like 100 people flipping off the camera,
That's so funny.
and then they'd blur it for like 3 seconds, and then they'd go back and someone would be like, yeah, that huge dude in the gray. There was a dude right.
with the FBI
Yeah.
shirt.
No,
Oh,
right, like
next to him,
right,
yeah.
right, like center of the hard cam side. He was
Okay.
just this like 6'3" dude with like a big loose neck Heather Gray shirt. Like, are you gonna wrestle? I thought he was gonna jump in at the time. He was a monster, and he's just like in people's faces, just like his his hands like a foot tall. It's like I'm not blurring that out at all.
It was rowdy in there. There was
Yeah.
drinks being spilled, obscenities
Yeah.
being screamed.
Yeah, it was
It was fucking.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, I was never at ECW. I was too young. But
He was coddled as a youth. He
Yeah.
was
well, I
wasn't
was
allowed.
It was actually my first wrestling show that I went to. Was an
Well,
ECW show.
pussy.
I was a literal baby.
You want to hear a funny
You know,
story?
there's a lot of excuses what I'm hearing over there.
Okay,
Funny
Yeah.
story, real quick. One time, my mom, like, we had this this Polish like
Fucking yeah.
cleaner. Like, one day she was going door to door, and my mom was like felt bad, and was like,
Sorry, tell me more about your privilege.
Anyway,
Right.
no, it wasn't that. She was going door to door. My mom doesn't even really have that much money. She was just like, okay, like, yeah, like, I feel bad. Like, yeah, you can clean my house today. And so she was cleaning, and I was watching
work.
ECW on a VHS, like one of my dad's like VHS or DVDs, like a old ECW pay-per-view. And she was like, are you like, does your mom know you're watching this? Like, are you allowed to like watch this right
Was
now?
it the part where Kimono Wanale is like stripping?
No,
and she like walks in.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Gunky was
that.
like, I'm sorry, you my babysitter or the cleaner? Fucking go clean
Well,
something.
no, she literally went and asked my mom. She was like, she went and snitched on me. But my mom was like, yeah, like his dad got him onto it, and she's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure because it
Yeah,
looks
she-
I thought,
violent.
she had to,
Snitchkey.
like, I thought she was mad because she had to
Snitchkey.
clean up the sticky tissues.
Jesus.
No, she was she was
I'm
she
done
was
with
worried.
this.
Well,
But
anyway,
Back to the thing that Roman was talking about before he was.
Yeah,
invited by
Well,
all
we're
three
talking
of
about being
us.
coddled from ECW, and I was like, I wasn't.
It's still
Complete
going.
opposite.
Like I said, 10 minutes ago, I was never at an ECW show, but it felt like we got pretty close. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool because like it's just like you got all the WWE production trucks like outside, but they like the streets like too small, so they have them like all parked around like all these crazy places, and then they had like I guess like I don't know. I guess you don't usually see this when you go to a WWE show, but like the satellite TV
Oh, yeah,
like
it was
trucks
fucking
were like
giant.
right on the street. Like people were like lining up next
Also,
to like
dude,
the giant satellite.
Just the inside of that place. Like I've been to a bunch of shows there, and I'm watching on TV, and I was like, yo, they made this place look good.
Yeah.
Like the way they
Yeah.
filmed it, I was like, holy
Bro,
shit.
it looked great. It was like the energy was there, and I get why people like talk about that arena because when you got everybody like packed in like that, and obviously it was, I'm sure, more orderly than how they used to do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But still, everybody chanting like ECW or like NXT like all at the same time. Bro, that place is loud.
Yeah,
And
they made it look
was
amazing.
Rocking. Like it was
Yeah.
rocking.
And I got this sick ass fucking shirt too. RVD one night only.
What have I got?
And I got 2300 NXT on the back.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Yeah,
They
me
had
and
some
Jay
crazy
talking about that
merch.
like before the show. Like when WWE gets their lights and their production stuff set up, it's gonna make that place look
Yeah.
It did.
They killed
It
it.
did.
And it's funny because like I was kind of looking like I was like, what did they do? Like what did they add? There wasn't a whole lot, I don't think. Like I think they added some like screens on the pillars.
When the lighting, just in general, I think the way,
Oh, yeah,
the way
totally,
they lit
totally.
the ring, and then it was so dark in the back.
Yeah.
And the way that like.
and then it has the
disparaging
black
light.
walls too. So.
Yeah, it really. It's very, very, very good. It looked really
Yeah.
good on TV. I was
They
very
were,
sad
like,
I couldn't make
high-end
it, but I'm
grimy.
pumped you guys got to go.
Well, it was cool too because like, so I got there and I think they like fucked up our row or something. Like there wasn't enough seats or something. And these dudes were like going back and forth. Is this my ticket? Is this your ticket? And I was like sitting there and I had a ticket for like this one seat. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like just give him my seat. I'll just stand. Because like people kept, I was sitting and they kept being like, yo, you guys have to sit down. And then people would stand up. I can't see anything. So I just stood like against the wall the whole time. And the view was like really good except for this kid like jumping up in front
Well,
of me. Like,
that's
a
what like
bunch
the
of
cool
times.
thing there is like.
Yeah.
If you got a ticket, you'll probably have a decent. As long as there's somebody not standing
It's
in
not
front
a
of you,
bad
because it's a
seat in the
small
house.
arena,
It's
right?
not a bad
really.
seat in the house.
Because I was like
no.
telling, I showed my
Unless you
girl
got,
at
unless
one
you got
point,
Gunky in
because
front, you're
it's-
tall for nothing. over
right?
there.
it's
The only
crazy,
issue
too.
is that it's all floors, so everybody's the same level, and like that's where it's like, yo, be respectful to people. You know,
Yeah.
it's like wrestling etiquette. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
when
pretty fun.
everybody stands up, you stand up. People
And
sit
it's fun
down,
too
you
because
sit
when
down.
you're somewhere else, or you'd be on like the West Coast, and you're like, oh, yeah, I had floor seats.
Yeah.
Like, I know you. It's general admission. It's floor seats also. You know, it just
Right,
sounds cool.
exactly, yeah.
Sounds cool.
But the only thing was like when they go down like around the ring, like when they're out of the ring, like on the side, like certain parts, if you're 4 rows back and everybody's standing up to look, you like can't see anything.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the one, I guess you guys watched it, like the one spot where like Wesley, they did that spot with like the announce table.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see, like I saw him like go towards the announce table, and then I couldn't see that at all. Because
Did you see the brainbuster on the stairs?
Yeah.
No, like
Was
no,
that shit
I
was-
couldn't
yeah.
see like a lot of the
That's
stuff
what I was.
outside
I was
of the
thinking that
ring.
when it was happening, I was like, I bet you can't really tell this what's happening. Because the same thing, I remember having that issue of being in the arena before, and you're like, depending on if they're like at the spot to your left and you got a little view of it, cool, but if they're on like
Yeah.
the far side or like the close side, you can't see
Yeah,
shit.
no, you
from
can't.
there, 'cause
Yeah.
you're, like,
Speaking of
first
that,
3
man, I
rows.
wish RVD would have got at least a
fucking match?
spot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm cool with it not being a match.
Yeah,
But
not
he
a
was in
match,
his
but
gear.
give me some
Let him
rolling
hit a
thunder.
frog splash off.
Nah.
Yeah, give me a little rolling thunder. Give me a Van
Right.
Daminator.
Yeah.
I
after
disagree.
the match.
I think he should have gotten a match. Literally, I love Nunzio. All right. But Nunzio got a full match. Rhino didn't get a match, and RVD didn't get a match.
Real quick before you
Full
talk shit.
match is pushing it.
Before you talk shit on Nunzio, what street are we on right now?
We're
Says
on
you're
South
on,
Street.
on South Street in Philadelphia, and you got the balls
I think
to
Nunzio
talk
should have
shit
came
on
out.
Nunzio?
No, I think Nunzio should have came out.
Dude, were you
with-
not paying
Him and Mama
attention?
Luke gonna come get you. They don't catch you on South Street.
Yeah, Tony D's
Listen,
not out of
watch
town
yourself.
yet.
Listen, I just think Rhino versus Tony D'Angelo would have been sick, or RVD versus Tony D'Angelo for the
There's a
championship would have been sick.
no. There's a chance that something happened with Rhino that maybe he couldn't wrestle.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know if you saw
stitches on his fucking
that dude.
forehead.
That dude has had like stitches across his head.
Yeah, but it didn't make sense because they got the TNA kind of
Yeah,
partnership.
yeah. I just think maybe he couldn't do a full match. They came into a spot because
Yeah.
you shouldn't be wrestling with stitches in your head.
No, and,
You know
and,
that?
the, and the Nunzio
Yeah.
match was great.
Yolo.
The
Sorry,
whole
Matt
night was
Tremont.
the whole night was fucking amazing. The whole night was amazing. It was
Yeah, that was awesome.
so funny.
I thought Nunzio was going to be the North American champion. I would have like
Can
even
we
if they-
Photoshop? Can we
even if-
Photoshop it on him and see like alternate timelines?
100%.
Yes,
Even if they like gave it to him, and then there was like, they were like restart the match or something. Like if there was something where they like let him win for like 2 minutes,
You-
and then he got pinned, like that would have been incredible.
Just for the visual of him
Yeah,
holding it up.
1,000%.
Dusty finish with Nunzio. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
I think that's what I'm saying.
This was a special night. I actually let my son stay up late.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, we're staying up late watching NXT, and he sees Nunzio, and I was explaining to him, I was like, oh, he used to wrestle back in the days, because he was looking at him like, why is that guy in the ring?
Right, he looked like he
that dude's not like a wrestler.
took somebody off the street.
My wife said it reminded him of like a like James Ellsworth body on a different head. You know what I mean? And I was like, I see it.
Old man muscles.
Yeah, but and my son was like, "Oh my God, Dad, he works for the FBI." And I was like, no, that's a full-blooded Italians. This is totally different.
Yeah.
And my
What's
wife
the
thought
matter you?
my wife thought it was the female body inspectors.
Right.
You know, so I was like, no,
Body
guys.
inspector.
Full-blooded Italians. Do your history, all right?
Yeah.
It's good
Well, it
shit.
kicked off with what? The Jada, and people were saying that should have been the.
Yo,
Bro.
I
the last
agree
match.
1,000%. That match I thought was the best.
I was
match of the
asking.
night.
Best match doesn't mean it has to be the headliner. I think you kick
No,
it
I
off
agree.
that way because
Jada
that's what
and
got
Lola.
you guys fucking rocking.
They had the
Yeah.
little promos like out there. You could see like shooting like behind the arena and like
Yeah.
the parking lot and stuff.
I was asking people after getting some content, asking people what their favorite matches were, and I think that was top of the list. Like people were like, Jada
Oh, I
Parker.
don't think Gunky was so drunk that night. By the
Drunky
end of it,
man.
he was doing interviews and there was no camera or microphone.
Yes.
No, we were.
He was just
Talking to
he was
himself in
holding
the mirror.
he was holding an empty beer can. He's like,
Yeah.
"Tell me what you think about
I-
Jada Parker."
I got fucking hammered. I'm gonna be honest, but in the spirit of ECW, I lost my voice and
I mean,
got fucking
If
drunk.
there's
as
ever a
skunk.
time,
Yeah.
Can I tell you the only thing?
I actually F5'd fucking I think was it Jay Rhymes?
Yeah,
I-
Jay-
he
I
doesn't even
fucking
know who he
F5'd
F5'd.
I don't even know who you have fired.
Yeah,
I
I had
F5'd
someone on my shoulders.
I F5'd Jay Rhymes outside the 2300 arena.
And did you do it?
afterwards.
Did you do it the North American way or the Australian way?
I think North American.
Okay, because you see, like Azaria does her F5 backwards.
Which way does it?
Because she spins because things
is it
spin around.
counterclockwise or clockwise? Which is the North American way?
I don't know. Fucking the Brock way or the Zaria way?
It was
Look
the
it
Brock
up.
way. I'm
I
pretty
did
sure.
it the Brock
Yeah,
way,
good.
definitely.
I understand.
Oh, does Zari do it the opposite way?
She does it opposite because just like the toilets flush backwards down
and
in
they drive-
Australia.
and
I
they
mean, I'm sure that's
drive-
not the reasoning for it, but
That's exactly what it is.
and they drive
but
on
She
the,
doesn't even know she's doing
We're gonna
it.
go with
and
it.
they drive
Oh,
on the wrong
Hank
side of the
Azaria.
road.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
That
the
match
toilets-
is a fun match too.
They flush up.
Yeah. That match
I thought we were
was-
gonna get a little more tension between Jordan Grace and Zaria.
I told
Yeah.
Jordan Grace that I loved her, and she told me that she loved me back. And
Yeah,
Bubba Ray.
She'd like hug you and like break you.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That was another great part of the show is that, and I'm sure you guys saw it on TV, like Jordan Grace was not getting tagged in, and everyone in the room was like, Jordan, and then they
Yeah.
tagged her in, and they went ballistic. It
Dude,
was sick.
also
So,
she was flying.
Yeah.
Her
Oh, yeah.
spot. She was working so goddamn fast.
She was
Yeah.
getting so much love, bro. The
I
energy she
know.
got in the building.
But
was
to
like-
a certain extent, I was like, Jordan, slow down, baby. This is like you're doing too many spots. You're making everyone look bad right now.
So I want to apologize for my past comments and gripes
Okay,
coming at AEW.
this is big of you right here.
oh wow.
The spots when
man.
it's like multi-person match and it's like one person hits a move on them and then they get hit with a move 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 and then they get hit with a move.
Love those spots. You popped.
I popped.
Yeah.
Everybody in there popped because she came out and started going
I
crazy, and people were freaking out.
No, seeing like 7 finishers
Right,
in
yeah,
like
yeah,
30 seconds is awesome.
Yeah.
There's no.
I popped.
Yeah, it's
It was
great.
It was fucking.
Yeah.
I
electric
retract
in
my
there.
gripe.
Can
but
I tell?
I will stick with there's a time and place for it.
You can't do it every week.
Yes.
It is huge. You have to build to the moment, and that was a moment.
Right.
And you
That's
can't
almost-
just have like a match with like a multi-man match with just random people.
Well, it's a thing where I actually
Like
heard.
this was like the stacked women's division.
I heard
like,
someone talking about this recently. It's really important. Like same thing goes for the hot tag. You can't make the hot tag if the crowd doesn't want the hot tag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't force the moment. So same thing with that spot. The crowd has to be wanting that spot. You got to be like foaming at the mouth, wanting the finish so bad
Yeah.
that when you hit a finisher, you're like, here it is, and that's when you go finisher to finisher to finisher to finish. Because then the crowd is just like, oh my god, it's like multiple orgasms. You know what I mean? That's what you want right there. You're trying to just like,
Oh, it's pretty good.
yeah.
When Kalani hit that moonsault off the top, that was
It was insane.
a
was that not a moonsault?
beautiful.
That was like a backwards
elbow.
elbow. Yeah. That
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was a backflip
that,
double elbow.
That was
It was
Yeah,
insane.
that was awesome.
It was fucking insane.
beautiful.
she's
Like the
she's
extension, like when they like replayed the replay and like
Yo.
like stopped it. Like I was like, that's like perfect.
she's
like,
so
Yo,
fucking
NXT
clean, man.
NXT, hire more gymnasts because that shit is incredible.
There was one moment right before she did a move when she like did like the little like gymnast hop. And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it. I
yeah,
know that
that's
move.
Please just do it.
She's about to do a flip.
And
That's what she did the flip into the
Into
back
the
elbow.
back elbow,
in the
yeah,
corner.
in
yeah,
the same token, we were just talking about Sean Smith's like amazing selling. Guess what? That guy who fucking is a gymnast. Like bro. These
Yeah.
gymnasts
True.
are no
True.
joke. Keep
No,
hiring
was
them.
about
I
to say,
love
it's
watching
selling.
them.
I was like watching that. I was like, Ethan Page, hell of a seller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Hell of a seller.
Got put
Do
through
you,
that
do you guys
table.
want to talk about that tag match?
Yeah.
Devon,
Oh, 1,000%.
Devon came out. at
Can I
the
tell
end.
you?
Dude, that was
you know
so
what
sick.
Devon did? He saved that match
Yeah.
because that match had some awkward, weird spots
Yeah,
where
I mean,
it just
he
wasn't
was just
quite
trying to put
clicking.
over the. Like, you could tell he really like as much ego as he has, because we've all like ran into him before, and like sometimes he's cool as hell, and other times he's like not. And I get it, you know, you're still a person at the end of the day, but like he was really seemed like he was trying to put over these young guys, in like this moment and all.
Totally.
Playing up the, like he could have came in there like. The Hall of Fame vet and just been like cleaning house, you know what I mean, and just demolishing.
There's little
everybody,
things
like,
that bother me, and I'm like, hey, I don't need like a camp counselor to tell me how to do chants. I don't need everybody. We're gonna say, get the tables on 3, all right? Everyone with me? Okay, here we go. 1, 2. You're like, shut the fuck up. We know how to say get the tables.
I know, but that was like their thing, though.
But not the countdown. And then
Yes, it
If he just would have started to count,
at the
people would have
crowd, and he
known.
was like, tables, table. You're like, dude, they will chant tables on their
Yeah.
They
own.
did the, they definitely did the.
my
countdown,
only
though. Back in the
gripe about
day,
that match was
You
the
don't need to.
finish.
It wasn't the
Yeah, it
countdown.
was
It was
weird.
you slap him, and you know, your hands up. You
Yeah.
know what's happening. The countdown was not there for a long time. Does not need it.
The finish was lackluster
awkward,
for
yeah.
me.
Also, the
Roll
fact
up.
that I'm sorry.
Just that simple roll up, and it wasn't even like a reversal roll up. It was just like, I don't know.
It's a roll
like,
up.
Also,
yeah,
not getting a 3D is crazy.
Yeah.
I
Bro,
thought when
you-
Devon came
Yeah, they
out,
did
we
like
were
a
gonna
double
get the
choke
3D.
slam. I was like,
Bro,
Oh,
they're
yeah, that's
old,
right.
Devon was
dude.
right there.
I was like, well, Trick can't take the back bump for it. You know what I mean? Like all Bubba has to do is just
Just throw him up.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
Trick
to
can
catch
take
him?
the.
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
I know Bubba normally does the cutter, but like
Yeah.
Bubba, you do the easy part, and then
Devon
Trick.
was there.
But
Yeah.
no,
Well, I
Devon
don't think
obviously-
Devon was cleared.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think,
He definitely.
There's
Or
no
else,
reason.
or else
He
it would have
could've
been those both
He
of
could have
them.
hit that 3D.
Yeah, but
Bro.
like,
Dude, anyone can hit a 3D one time through a table. Get the fuck out of here. That's
Right.
not like
No,
in the ECW arena for the first time ever. Like you can't hit a 3D through a table. Fuck out of here.
So is Ridge
gonna
getting
face.
kept kind of in Trick? Is he getting kind of pushed into the main event?
He
scene
pinned
of
the world
NXT?
champion.
Dude,
He's gonna get a
I
title shot.
love
Yeah.
NXT so much, and Ridge Holland might be one of the only things where I'm like, I don't get it. I don't
I'm gonna
see it.
be
I
honest.
don't
See,
get
I'm
it.
not mad about Ridge. He's,
Okay.
he's just a big guy. He looks like a rugby player. Like,
Yeah, he's got nothing though.
yeah.
I was
know his
screaming-
character lately
I was
since
like,
the
"Fuck
chase
you,
you.
Ridge.
Were you?
Fuck you, Ridge.
Yeah, he is
Since
kind
the
of
kind of like the chase you kind of stuff. I've been able to see more character, more something from him.
I feel like he's got a little.
Before, when he was like on the main roster, totally agree with you.
He's got a little X-Pac heat right now, where it's
Yeah.
like we
I
hate
just
him,
Go
but
don't
away.
hope he breaks nobody else's neck.
yeah, except we hate him, and it's like no, it's not like kayfabe hate. It's like
Right,
no,
it's
I
like kinda-
actually don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I actually don't
We
want to
thought
see
he,
you wrestle.
Who did he look like when he first came out of NXT? We were like, oh, he just hurt.
Dragunov? Was that Dragunov?
Was
they
it
did?
Dragunov? Yeah, it
Yeah, I
might have
think-
been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
and we
they,
were
like,
just
did-
like, oh, well, of course, like, cut that track record, bud.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you heard Pretty Deadly too. You heard, that
Yeah.
he's got a bad history.
We were just talking about Big E earlier.
Well, of course,
Right.
that's what we were
That's
referring
the
to.
one. That's
Obviously,
the
that's
one
the one we're
started.
talking
Right,
about.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ended my man's career.
Wait, there was somebody else though. He dropped on their head, right?
I think it
That
was
wasn't
Dragunov.
wasn't Dragunov. It was somebody before that.
I don't know. We need to make Gunky talk a lot more because his voice is really starting
Yeah,
to
it's
crack
pretty
right now,
funny.
and it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's like he just hit puberty.
And I got
Yeah.
2 more podcasts to film today. Let's see how those go.
Oh, it's a full-grown man.
But yeah, all in all,
Real boy.
it was a great show. Y'all were talking to fans afterwards and all,
Talking
right?
to fans, talking to the Philly captain.
Yeah, we got an
Yeah.
interview with
Buster.
the Philly captain and Buster. That was
Q102
great.
Buster.
Q102, yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
the
out to
fans,
Buster.
the interviews that the fans like, you'll see like the footage, like the interviews before the show are like, oh, what do you guys this and that and blah blah. The ones after,
They're like
because
screaming.
everyone's all hyped up.
And I'm drunk
Gunky's
as
like,
fuck.
Gunky was like, what did you guys think of the show? And they're like, it was amazing.
The microphone's never in the right spot. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like holding the microphone to them.
Well, I
and being
get in
like,
a
"What'd
fight.
you think about this?"
Yo,
Doing it backwards.
mid interview, Jay Rhymes starts attacking me.
Yeah, Jay
and
Rhymes
that's
attacked him mid-interview.
with somebody, and I just fucking I
2-on-1 with handicap.
No, nobody else was attacking
Oh,
me. I
okay.
just got this. I was distracted. He came out he was like
Yeah.
a real heel. He came out of nowhere, started giving me punches, and I couldn't stand for it. So I fucking F5'd him, and I pinned him, actually. A guy even counted it. 1, 2, 3. And,
Oh yeah, Fang counted it.
Yeah, I think I stomped on his glasses too, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
that wasn't,
It
it wasn't
happens.
intentional.
He can't see without
He
his
can,
glasses.
now he can get the Dudley sting and tape him up.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
he looked like
Go full gimmick.
Bubba.
But
But yeah, it was fucking insane. It was
yeah,
incredible.
It was amazing.
Electric.
It was awesome. It was, yes, electric.
Oh, ran into fucking Jimmy Lloyd.
Yep,
awesome.
I saw him on there.
Jimmy fucking Lloyd.
in the 2300.
Beautiful hair. That's what we were talking about before the podcast.
It's true.
Luxurious
Beautiful
locks.
head hair on that guy. Beautiful head hair on that guy.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
before we got here, we got some quick hits, right?
Yeah, we got a couple quick hits for you guys. First up, Becky Lynch. $2 million.
Yeah, man.
I didn't hear about that. That
Yeah,
was crazy.
Me neither.
Apparently she was wanted $2 million to re-sign her contract, and not WWE, TKO were like no, and then they're like, what's Cody get, like 10 mil?
I have no idea.
Roman's like 12 mil. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the real
and I'm like,
question is,
Becky
what are her
Lynch,
female
like the man,
counterparts?
like she like kept the
what
women's division going at one
what did
point.
Mercedes Moné get?
That's true.
You know
Right,
what I mean?
so that's why people are like, oh, like that. As soon as shit like that happened, people are always like, oh, they're gonna go to AEW because Tony Khan will give them the money that he
Tony Khan's like 2 mil. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on a sec. Let me check
I
my
might have that in my
pockets.
pocket. Right,
1
right.
mil, 1.5.
Or what's
1.7.
Jade-
Hey,
what's
Dad, can I
Jade's
get
contract?
0.25
But
mil?
it just goes to show that, like, yes, the women are more highlighted and featured and headline and shit, but like, still ain't there yet. Like,
Yeah.
What's
They would
Jade's-
kill for 70%.
What?
I'm trying to
this
see
point.
what's Jade's current
Okay.
contract for.
Yeah, I don't know. We can look that up. It is crazy though, because they get a lot of like headline matches and headline this, and then you look at the pay, and it's not even close to the same.
right, at
But
one point,
but
she had the belt and her husband had the belt, and then like to see that, and then still such a huge pay disparity between the two, it's like,
I gotta say, where a lot of workforces are leaning towards more equality and having things be better going forward, I don't see wrestling being that spot that's going to hit the equality line
And
faster than other
places,
industries.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sadly enough, because they just will release you,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Tegan Knox and
Plain and
Baron
simple.
Corbin and
Hey,
Who else got
they're
dropped?
independent contractors still at the end of the
Indy
day.
Hartwell got dropped.
Yeah.
Like
Indy
they,
Hartwell
they'll
was-
just cut the cuts.
Indy Hart, she should have never come up.
Yeah.
She had the
'cause
NXT
just
belt,
had that title right now.
and then she got injured, and then they brought her up. Where you're like, she can't even wrestle for like the first.
They
2
were trying
months.
to keep
Gunky.
the
It's like $1 million.
$1 million for Jade Cargill.
they,
That's
they,
what
were-
this says. I
they
mean.
were trying
Okay.
to keep
I can't
the Johnny Gargano, Candice
the
LeRae,
family, yeah,
kind
the
of
DIY family situation.
kind of going on, and it just killed their momentum. Like at the time, Baron Corbin, he was just that
Yeah.
like a Dolph Ziggler situation. I feel like where he was just that dependable guy, but like nothing like
Right.
I have,
jumped.
I
Even though
have
liked
zero,
his Braun
zero
Breaker.
bad things to say
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
Baron
the thing
Corbin.
with
He's gonna
Braun
be like-
Breaker was sick. That
yeah,
was
we're
great.
gonna talk about. He's gonna be one of those guys you talk about like later on down the line. And you're like, you know, who was like just a solid, but
Good dude.
But apparently he was like people were saying that like he would just go along. He was just that like I'm here to do my job, whatever you need me to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
He got like 5 gimmicks
So, like,
over, and they were
not-
shitty gimmicks.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So every time like Vince or somebody wanted to change gimmick, he just went along where
Maybe he
didn't,
should have
like,
fought a
give
little
any
more.
push back, or like you know what I mean, give
Right.
like stand out a little bit more. It was just like, yep, that's what you need me to do. I do it.
Because Lone Wolf,
Which
Baron
could-
Corbin, when he first came out,
Yeah.
so fucking good.
So sick.
Bro, I thought
Corbin,
when he
Sad
came back
Corbin.
now, if they would have come with Braun Breaker for a little bit, like you know what I mean, like
Jim
the
Johnson's
Wolf
last
Dogs.
WWE
Yeah,
theme.
Jim Johnson's last.
Baron
thing.
Corbin.
He was the last one to pin Roman Reigns prior to the reign.
That's so
Nobody
crazy,
kicked out of
bro.
Right?
End of days until fucking Drew McIntyre like
Right.
a year ago.
So,
2 years ago.
I was surprised-
That was dumb. That
I
should
was
have been a
surprised, but
protected
not
move
surprised.
forever.
Yeah.
I remember I saw him at NXT here in Philly when they were on like one of their first or second tours, and live he was just like, he's a frightening man. He's real big. He's fucking strong. Baron Corbin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I first saw him live, you know, he's gold glove boxer,
Right.
former NFL player. Like the dude's an athlete.
And he's on social
NFL?
media and all, kind of doing that side of stuff for the company.
yeah, Cardinals.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he was a
interesting.
lineman.
Interesting.
Oh, this was my
Um,
favorite that I saw. Cody Rhodes saying that we, as fans, should be allowed to body shame wrestlers.
Little did he know that we, as fans, have been.
Right.
But thanks for the permission.
May have known. And
he was like
maybe
saying
he was
that
confirming.
it's like a vanity. No, what that was like in an interview.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I'm about to
maybe
say
he
that wasn't like
knew
a rumor.
already.
That was like,
Maybe he knew that we were.
we didn't
body
ask for
shaming him.
permission. We're just asking for forgiveness. No,
yeah,
that's
yeah. But like, it's true. You know what I mean? Like, even when Chris was here, we would like talk about, like, you know what I mean? Like certain guys where it's like, yo, if it's not specifically tied to your gimmick, like, bro, you get paid this money. We want to see you. You're standing next to other guys that are yoked. Like, bro, hit the fucking gym. This is your job. This is what you get paid to do. Like, take this shit seriously.
I saw a tweet and it was like, that's kind of crazy coming from the son of a plumber.
Yeah.
Right.
Son of a
plumber.
Dusty was the everyman, you know? He was just a regular guy that got in there and did it for the people.
But just,
that's what I was saying.
But you know what I mean? Like,
But that's
pointing
what
out
he was saying.
Dusty's physique, like, just being
Well,
like...
that's what he was like saying. Like, you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
the
KO,
gimmick.
like, at one point he was getting a little bit bigger. But then he, like, lost some. So now, like, all right, you're at that good weight where, like, it makes sense for
Is
you.
he?
Like, yeah,
We're all going to agree Kevin Owens is at a good weight.
I think, I mean, for him,
I
and
don't
his
know.
character-
Gimmick though, I, think
I don't know.
Yeah.
But his gimmick isn't that. That it is to us because it's just KO.
Yeah,
Like, we love
yeah.
KO for what he is.
He's
One
like
of my
a brawler.
favorite fucking
He's
wrestlers.
like Sandman.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he has to be in shape. But I
like-
think if we're gonna body shame, he'd be one of the first people you could put on that board of like, why are you not in better shape?
Yeah. But then
I don't
like,
think he needs it.
he was like,
but-
like
That's what I'm saying.
speaking up like Gunther.
But it's not his
You know what I mean?
gimmick.
When Gunther was Walter, like Walter would never get a title run. Gunther, once he dropped that weight, because then it looks like it also says to them like, you take it seriously.
Walter had to
you're
get
committed.
bigger.
right?
You had to get bigger. He was at that weird like in between,
Yeah.
like Bronson Reed.
Yeah, that's what I was
No
just about
one's
to say.
asking Bronson Reed to lose weight.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That
That
dude.
looks natural on him, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like unhealthy. It
But like
looks
when you saw like Damian Priest when he was Punishment Martinez
Yeah,
back in the
little-
day, like you were like,
That didn't look healthy.
this guy doesn't look like a fucking star.
No.
Walter
Yeah.
didn't really look healthy, to be quite honest.
Right.
Yeah, Bronson
Yeah,
Reed looks
exactly.
like
Bronson Reed
the
looks like
mucinous,
that's... he look,
the germ guy that lives in you.
but he looks like...
The
he looks like
Mucinex.
that-
Mucinex, yeah.
But it
okay.
looks natural. Like, that looks like... Kind of like I could see him as a kid, like kind of the same exact. You know what I mean, like I don't see him being like a skinny dude. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think
It
that's-
probably look weird as hell.
I don't think that's weight he can lose. I think he's just like a big bone fucking guy.
But when
Like
you
a
see like
Roman-
some of these like
Roman
other
Papa
wrestlers,
with the
not just
Mucinex, you
WWE,
can't-
like for
you
other
can't stop
places
it.
where you're just like, bro, like you could lose some weight. There's no reason you're like this big.
That was almost as good as earlier when you made that dog sound.
And then,
With Pharaoh getting
oh, I didn't even see it. What he was
Tsunami.
telling, was it the Michael Hayes?
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes put on temporary leave by TKO. It definitely feels like he is. You're talking about two of like Vince's lapdogs.
Yeah.
And
I was
suddenly-
wondering like why.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, Michael Hayes.
they might just be done with them. They might be like it's
TKO.
old guard out, new guard in kind of situation. And
Two legends. In
You
the
think it's
game, too.
WWE or TKO?
I think it's TKO.
TKO.
I think Bruce Pritchard went a long way to try to protect Vince on the documentary. He was like talking
yeah.
shit on people, like you don't understand the kind of man he is. And you're like, dude, when someone has that many allegations, don't gotta be like, no, but he's actually
I do
a
understand
good
what
guy.
kind of man he is.
Yeah,
right.
we got it, man.
No, we get it.
You know,
there's
we've
a
been
very clear picture.
we've been watching wrestling for the last like 40 years too. Like we get it.
he's a
Like, I see
genius
him.
asshole.
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
He's created a lot of careers
Yeah.
and fucking fucked a lot of people
And it's-
over.
It's unfortunate because two people, old man John loves.
Well, this is a thing where like I would hope that
Brother
Bruce
Love
Pritchard
Show.
and Michael Hayes could kind of like understand what's happening, respectfully fade into the distance,
Yeah.
maybe do some legend
Yeah.
shit here and there. But like, because they both were really, really important to the business for a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time,
I
and
told-
I don't want to
Yeah.
leave with a sour taste on my
No,
mouth.
not
about
at all.
them.
Yeah, I mean, even like if you go back like the Freebirds, like that, like Michael P.S.H. is a fucking legend. Like you ask any wrestler, like he's so beloved. Just like
They know
And if you look
every
at-
major wrestler knows like the first time they met him.
they have
Yeah,
an
Like,
yeah.
it's a
If you
story
look at
about
some of
him.
the
Impression of
storylines that
him.
he's been like
They have a
put
story.
together backstage. Some of
He's
the
been very important.
Yeah,
Absolute legend.
yeah.
And then Bruce Pritchard, I mean, like, I love him or hate him, like, he's a great mind in the business. Like,
Yeah, he was creative and during the
Yeah.
Attitude Era. Everyone loves the Attitude Era. Like a lot of that was Bruce
Yeah.
Pritchard. Like,
Right,
that
right.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't just Brother Love.
Right.
He did a lot more for the
Welcome
business.
to
besides
the
that.
Brother
But
Love
I
Show.
did tell I was there when John heard the news that they're leaving, and he goes, "Shit, I would like Bam Terry Gordy better anyway." That's what he said about
Yeah.
Michael P.S.A.
There we go.
He's like, "Shit."
And fuck you, Michael Hayes. You know Bam Bam and
Michael
Terry
Hayes.
Gordy.
And he's like, "Welcome to the Brother Love Show. I love you." Well,
Undertaker's first manager.
that old man had a time this weekend.
Oh,
He told like Jada Parker, he was like, if you need a manager,
Yeah,
I
he
gotcha.
was like, can I get a picture with y'all? We're like, yeah, of course, we got you, bro. And he's like, yeah, he's like, shit, if you need a manager, let me know. Also, he definitely didn't know who any of them were before
Yeah.
we told him.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
I would like show him like, oh, that's so-and-so. I had to pull up my phone and be like, oh shit.
And then
He's a
they all
wrestler?
left, and he goes, wait, that was Jada Parker. Shit. I was like, yeah, bro.
Oh, man.
He's living on a different planet, and it's fantastic for him.
It's true.
We're just trying to make all this old man's dreams come true.
Like Heck told all of them, the NXT people who came through. He's like, you always need an old guy at the shop.
Right. Any shop like this, like
Credibility.
right.
Yeah.
We're like Make-A-Wish, but for like old guys. So
Yeah.
like, bring your old guys through. We'll let them.
He got like his favorite jokes that'll like repeat.
I know.
And
Yeah.
so I was like, he got his picture that'll take people to. You know
Heck
what I mean?
tried to put him on the spot, and he forgot. Heck
Yeah, I was like,
what's your favorite joke? He's like, shit, I don't remember.
I forget. I'm
Yeah,
like,
who's your favorite wrestler?
Is your
Right.
favorite wrestler?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what
Ah,
your
John,
favorite
it's a
wrestler
clap.
is.
Listen, if you guys come through the shop and John tries to hit you with a joke, just play along. All right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
just
he's
placate
harmless.
the old man.
it makes his day.
yeah.
Well, last time he did show Kalani Jordan his magic trick
Oh
with
my
that cup.
God.
Remember that?
Bro. Jesus.
I do
Christ.
not remember
I
that.
look over and he's like, shit, watch this. He's like, look.
Like,
take
me and
this
Mello
look.
were playing the video game,
Yeah.
and he fucking like
Oh yeah.
took her attention for a second. He's like, I gotta show you a magic trick. He's like, I'm gonna drink this cup. He's like, I'm gonna drink this cup of water without. Wait, what is it? Again?
I can't
I forget.
remember.
He's like,
I
I'm gonna
can't
drink
remember.
this cup of
No,
water without like moving the paper. or something
Yeah.
like that.
It
And,
doesn't
like,
matter.
No,
That's
it's-
fine.
It doesn't matter. what
That
your
and what's
magic
the other
trick
one?
is.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
A gummy,
a gummy
bear.
bear.
Well,
That's
he
just John.
Yeah.
John's got
Well,
no
he
teeth.
He's a gummy bear.
posted on Facebook that it took Gunky 2 hours to watch 60
He
minutes.
did
so that's
say
what-
that. That was one of his infamous
Sick
Facebook
burn.
posts.
Um,
On John.
Yeah, John. I need you to
John.
delete John. Well, with that,
We're
if
up
there's
against
nothing
it.
else,
We're running out of tape.
I know we're running out of tape here.
I'm about to
Time
go
for us
take a
to
nap
go.
on the couch.
Nope,
no,
you
you're
got
not.
You got
podcasts
work
to
to
make,
do.
man.
Yeah, we got a bunch of work
Fuck
to do.
that.
Get a 5-hour energy.
Yeah, you better get one.
5 hours of power.
Well, guys, make sure you tune in with us, svw.worldwide. Follow svw.orlando as well. Make sure you listen to Grappling with the Gilmans, a hardcore happy hour. Watch Suplex and Chill and Mystery Violence Theater on YouTube, as well as our
Especially this last
vlogs.
Tap
and
in.
Tap in on our Instagram. Watch our reviews of shows, all that good stuff. And make sure you hit the website.
And come to the store.
Yeah,
by the
come to the
shop.
store,
Experience this shit,
suplexsvw.com.
man.
Don't think you're too good. We got the NXT talent. You never know who's going to
You
come through
literally
the shop.
don't know.
Yeah.
You literally
Might meet
don't
your favorite wrestler here.
Right.
Yeah.
Never know.
All right, just
Violence.
happen. Yeah.
And shout out to all of them
Formerly
for
known
coming
as.
through. Shout out
Yeah.
again to Bryce. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yeah.
who supports us,
Thank you guys very
helps
much.
out. You know what I mean? Like does stuff for us, and just the talent that like I told them, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to
We
talk
do,
wrestling and you know what I mean? Play with
It's the
figures.
two
and-
things most important: the wrestlers and the fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
We love them both.
It's a
We love 'em both.
symbiotic
We love you,
relationship.
baby.
We love you, baby. We love you, Daddy. Well, with that, let's get out of here.
Peace.
See you guys.
Oh yeah, at one point Mike tried to put Roman on the spot to do like his Dusty impression.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I think
Oh, dude, we didn't even talk about Eric Bischoff taking control of him.
that's all right. We can go with that.
There's a reason for that.
Hey, Roman, did you know if your mom ate my doorbell?
Bro, don't do this with me.
Do you know if your mom ate my doorbell? Because her breath smells like my ding dong.
Oh.
Bro, that's so rude.